All right. So let's see here. Out of order. Tool show in Dallas, man. Jeff, that sounds like a pretty cool reason to not stick around. All right. Anybody else here? Wish I was at a tool show. Can I put in an order for some DeWalt tools? I need 20-volt DeWalt tools. Mr. Hackett, how you doing this evening? All right, well, thank you. Appreciate you. Sean, how you doing this evening? Maybe if I speak up, Jeff, you can hear me. Probably not though. Dave, how you doing? Hey, yo, what's happening with you, Kirk? And a thumbs up. You get both. How about boom and boom? All right. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing better, Mr. Hackett. What's going on, Savage Truth? Uh, Nothing much, Louisville Slugger. Russell, how you doing this evening? Russell, do you go by another name? Do you have another channel? Don't apologize, man. I appreciate you popping in just to say what's up. Dave from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. Glam, how you doing? Terry, how are you doing this evening? Hey, yo. All right, Russell. Okay. There's another guy whose name is Russell, just not that common of a name, who comes and joins us on some of the live streams from time to time. Picana, Pichana. But it's okay, Kirk. I got it. Picana turned out great. Thanks for the pointers. No problem. I saw some pictures. I was going to text you and ask you what happened, but then I saw pictures on Facebook. So I was like, oh, all right. I guess it turned out okay. So no drinking tonight. No alcohol. And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have that. But, buenas noches. Good night for everyone. All right. My Portuguese is actually getting better. Yo falo un poquito portugués. On Piquet. No. How do you say little in Portuguese? I always want to say poquito, but that's Spanish. Just got pit fixed. About to put on the road. All right, that's what's up. Tom's Food Factory. Tom, how you doing this evening? Skull Rider, what's going on? Newbie to the live stream. Hello. Well, William, thank you very much for joining us. Well, Savage Truth, you got it. Next is tri-tip. Actually, I got some tri-tip and cooked some tri-tip, but I did not do a video on the tri-tip that I cooked already. I've been in twice before, so maybe me. No, Russell is another guy. He goes by like raspberry off, like it's raspberry off outdoors, something like that. Yeah. D Young, how you doing this evening? Muito bom. All right, low key LB04. All right. Hey, how you doing? All right. So normally Raspberry Rock off road. I couldn't put one and one together. When I see it, I know. Dave says he has himself a new barbecue pit barrel cooker. He hasn't used it yet, I guess. Russell, yeah, no problem. Well, we welcome Russells. The only thing is, Russell, if you guys start trying to take over like the Erics do, there might be some trouble. BU is the name, or is it Boo? I'll try to remember, but it takes me quite a while to remember everyone's names. Like if your name isn't like your username, it could take me a while to remember it. So don't be offended if I call you like low key whatever, but I'll try to remember. Robert Young, how you doing this evening? All right, so glad to see you guys here. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Yeah, lots of Jimmys. There are a few Jimmys. It's the J, the I, the M, the N, the Y, the J, the I, the A, oh, the Y, the Jimmy. Jimmy. Yes. All right. So if you haven't already, again, hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really does make not only make me feel better about doing these live streams, but it really does help my channel and it helps these videos. And it's free. I should do the talks by the pits. Problem with that in the winter is it's cold. And if I'm not cooking, then I'm not doing live stream. And usually, one of the other reasons why I don't do live streams when I'm cooking is because I'm not trying to show some folks how long things take. There's a method to my madness. I would love to be able to do that, but it doesn't always work out that way. Space Ghost, how you doing? Good evening. George Russian, how you doing? Dave Grams is as of yet because it's cold outside and we have over 2 feet of snow out there. Yeah. Ciao to you too. Okay, buona noche. Yes, Savage Truth, man. There's nothing against it. I mean, there are times, or there have been times when I've, done a low. There you go, Kirk. Kirk's right there with me. He understands. What's going on, Bumpy? Hold on. Let's see. Where was I? Savage Truth. So there have been times when I have cooked on the side of the house using one of the grills, and I know it's like a quick cook, and I can talk to you guys for a half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. But when I'm cooking, for real, like for a catered event, I usually don't do any sort of live streaming. Like, you guys are lucky that I do videos sometimes while I'm cooking, because most of the time I'm like head down trying to get stuff done. Speaking of which, the reason I put the title as I did for this one is because I have a new catering event that I will be doing, and this catering event is going to be for 450 people. Yeah. I am, yeah. I just got to get it done. I'm going to take my time and get things done. I have 160 pounds of beef and pork. I have now uncooked, and I have 120 pounds of uncooked chicken that I'm going to be cooking in the course of the next 2 days. So, I'm trying to get it done. I will get it done. It's just one of those things where I'm gonna take my time and get it done and not rush things. And if it takes me the whole 2 days to cook it, then it takes me the whole 2 days to cook it. But I'm gonna start tomorrow. Hopefully I can start tomorrow morning at some point, like right after I drop my kids off, get the fire going, get the meat trimmed and seasoned. I'm not going to do any sort of aggressive trimming on the briskets or the pork shoulders. All I'm going to do is basically on the pork shoulders, I'm going to score them. Hopefully that'll work out to make things a little easier for me. And on the on the briskets, I'm not going to worry about trimming off the fat, or a lot of it, or any egregious fat on the fat cap. I'm going to just focus primarily on taking the decal out, that piece of fat that lies in between the point and the flat, and I'm going to throw them in. I'm going to be using Bernadette too, so we got a whole bunch of different variables going on. But when I use Bernadette, one of the last times I used Bernadette for a rather large cook, she worked out rather well. What I'm going to try to do, though, is use Bernadette with wood. Since everybody keeps asking about it, I'm going to try to do that. Yes, so Kirk is right. Kirk says, but for all you newcomers, it's not about time, it's about temperature. The recipe is taking forever in this cold weather. I haven't forgotten. No. Jimmy, you good, man. Trust me, I can wait. But I appreciate you, sir. Like, seriously, I definitely appreciate you. You have no idea. Kirk, I thought about hitting you up, but I'm going to be cooking between tomorrow and Friday. And then I got to process everything between Friday and Saturday morning. because the event is Saturday morning. Well, Saturday midday. But yeah, Russell, tomorrow. Well, the event is Saturday. Yeah, Mr. Hockett, 450 people. That is a lot of cooking. How do you handle your day job with time? I thank goodness. Luckily, I have a very understanding manager, and there are times when I let them know, I'm like, hey man, I need to work from home or I need to take a day off. And this is one of those times when I'm taking some time off. And yeah, like more often than not, when I have events, I don't like I try not to schedule events or have events that overlap or interfere with my day job. Usually, if I have an event, I'm cooking overnight. So I'm cooking overnight into the next day, or I'll get home, I'll start cooking, at 4 o'clock, and I could be done by 4 o'clock in the morning for some things. Be like wrapped up, done, have stuff put away, and then if I need it for the next day, I can do that. Or, I mean, usually I can get most things done in 12 hours, usually for smaller cooks. Now, this bigger cook, I already know this is going to take me a couple days to take care of. I'm going to I won't say there's no rush, but I'm not going to. Like I thought about like cooking simultaneously in Bernadette and in Vicky at the same time, and I might end up doing that. The only problem is my kitchen is only so big, and I can only process so much food at the specific time. So yeah. George says I wish I wasn't 4 hours away. Head down 95 and lend a couple hands. Man, I appreciate that. Hey yo, Lou, how you doing, man? So Lou, if you guys remember, some of you guys who have been around for a while, the biggest cook that I had officially to date was cook for about 300 people. I'm doing the same or similar event at the same place, and this time the summit, the amount of people that they're expecting or they're anticipating, or they're I don't even know how to put this. They booked me for they not even they booked me. They ordered food for 450 people. So this is officially going to be the biggest cook I've done to date. Uh, Kirk. Now that might be a possibility, though. I mean, it's Saturday morning, so I do have a friend that was supposed to be helping me out on Saturday, but hit me up tomorrow, man. You have my number. Just hit me up. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. If he hits me back, then yay. If not, I mean, I can do it. I'm gonna have to do it. There's not gonna be a choice in the matter. But yeah. So far, Lou, one man operation. This is one of those things where it's a good problem to have. This is like a once a year type cook. So I am I'm looking not really looking forward to it, but I just got to get it done, man. One split at a time. All right. So Mr. Hawkins says, please remember to hit that thumbs up. 30 people watching, but only 13 thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And I only see 12, man. All right. So now I see 13. Come on, can we get 14? 14, 14. We see 14. How about 15? How about 15? Dave says, I have you a like. Just wish it was warmer so I could barbecue. Yep. I know. Oh, we're at 16. I see 16. What number do you guys see? Shoot, I understand. And now that's the reason why I'm gonna be using Bernadette. And actually I pulled Bernadette out of the garage and I'm gonna be cooking closer to the house in an effort to hopefully all right, I see 17. We got Big Steve. Up, I still only see 7. Now I see 18. All right, you guys must see the number increase before I do. But in an effort to help make things or have for things to be a little more efficient, I actually pulled the smoker. I used Vanna to tow Bernadette from the garage up the driveway into the back, behind the house. So as opposed to me having to go 200 feet or 250 feet or 300 feet almost out to the garages, um, I am going to be doing it right behind, cooking right behind the house. So if something happens or if like I will cut down on the back and forth. Hopefully that will speed things up a little bit, and I won't be as tired. Huh. Lou says this number of people never changes. Well, dude, I mean, it will change, Lou. You keep doing what you're doing, and it'll increase. As long as the food is right and you have everything else together, it will increase. It's an inevitability. All right. Do I have a pit barrel cooker? I do not have a pit barrel cooker, but I have an ugly drum smoker. So Pit Barrel is a brand. I don't have a pit barrel cooker. Um, Jack says we're late again. Betty says hi to everyone. Well, hi Jack. Hi Betty. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out and popping on.
Motion detected at the front door.
As you hear, someone's walking past my house right now. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this tonight is because I have a big event coming up, and I've told you guys I let the cat out of the bag. So now, those of you guys who are on this live stream, and I appreciate you being here, this does not necessarily guarantee there's going to be a video about this, because I can't guarantee that I'll be able to put a video up about this, because like might put a video up about it later, like doing the lessons learned. I can probably guarantee that, but it might take a couple days. But I have a lot to do. Hopefully you guys can understand. I have a lot to do, and yeah, the last thing I really want to worry about is filming, because I know that I'm going to have to film, and the editing is not that big of a deal. I can get that done, but I do not want to cause any sort of problems because I'm worried about filming. So hopefully you guys can understand. Um, oh, no. So Lou, you might have missed it. This cook, apparently they not booked, or they asked me to cook enough food for 450 people. So this is going to be officially the biggest cook I've ever done. Uh, yeah. Kirk says it blows up quick. I guess once people start knowing who you are and what you do, you get calls. All right, so Skull Rider says I just bought Oklahoma Joe Longhorn offset smoker. I'll be seasoning it this weekend, and her name is Bernadette. All right, well, you spelled it Burnadette. I get it. I like it. But my big insulated smoker, her name is Bernadette, Bern, as a play on the fact that she burnt some stuff. So yeah. Kirk says no time for videos, man. Going to be crunching. Sure enough. Uh, Big Steve says, dude, screw trying to show us anything. Handle your business. Yes, indeed. Dwayne King says, Dwayne from Gainesville, Florida. Love your work, brother. It's encouraging. Many blessings and success on this event and many more. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not even going to lie and tell you I'm not nervous. It's just one of those things where I have a plan. I'm going to start my plan. I'm going to, like, let me just tell you. So I said to myself earlier, I said, self? No, I didn't really say that. But, I went to Restaurant Depot. I got the meat that I needed. I was able to, I tell you guys, it takes twice as much for beef and pork, right? So luckily enough for me, the cases of brisket were 80 pounds. One of them was 83, the other one was 79. The cases of pork shoulder, one of them was 83 and the other was 78. So I'm like, cool, I have 160 pounds of beef and pork. Now, I tell you guys all the time, or I told you guys before, I use boneless, skinless thighs and boneless, skinless breasts. Well, the boneless, skinless breasts were on sale. All right, so I get a case of boneless, skinless breasts. All right, I get a case of boneless, skinless thighs. Great. I'm like, well, I only have 80 pounds of chicken. I need 80 pounds of chicken, which means I need to cook a little extra. Well, the breasts are cheaper than the thighs are right now. You know what? I'm gonna get another case of breasts. Now I wish I could have mixed them up, but it's gonna be a little white meat heavy. I think it'll be okay. But anyway, any rate, so that's what I have going on at the moment. Like I said, I'm just gonna It's gonna take me a couple days to get this stuff cooked. What's on the menu for that many people? Brother Bear says. So we have, I'm cooking 80 pounds of chicken, 80 pounds of pork, 80 pounds of brisket. I have some, what is it? Vegetarian beans. I have string beans, so green string beans. I have macaroni salad, potato salad, coleslaw, macaroni potato coleslaw. I have yeah, that's it as far as the menu items. So two hot sides, three cold sides, three proteins, and then I have to get things like, barbecue sauce. They want me to get some barbecue sauce, so I can get that stuff and bill it. Cups, utensils, excuse me, no cups, utensils, plates, napkins, the whole nine, basically. Sodas, waters. I'm taking care of it all. Um, so yeah, Eric, how you doing, man? Hey, yo, Victor. So glad to hear or see you in the live stream. I really appreciate you popping in and hanging out, checking in. Just about to start driving, but listening. Cool, talking about the big cook. Yes, I am indeed talking about the big cook, and this will be. I was saying earlier, this will be the official biggest cook I've done to date. I'm glad that I've had 2 years basically to not prepare, but I've had 2 years to since I've had to do this big of a cook. Uh, Lewis says I'm an icon, my friend. I'll be fine. John Greneau, so glad to see you here, man. Thank you so very much for popping in and saying what's up. Greatly appreciate you taking the time out of your day, your evening, your night, whatever it is, to hang out with me. Really, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a couple minutes. I know I need to get some rest. I am going to be hopping the next couple days. I hadn't planned on doing like a very extensive live stream tonight, so we're just going to keep it, rather relaxed, rather informal. I'm drinking a energy drink because I didn't want to be doing a whole bunch of yawning, and I'm not drinking actually anything. So, nice, light, informal. Cooking with CJ. What's going on, man? CJ, dude. Hey, I feel honored. I wish I could do. I wish I could be more available on during your live streams to hang out. Thursday nights are just not good nights for me. Thursday nights are the nights I work late, so I don't get home until late. After being up on Wednesday night, um, late Thursday night, when by the time I get home, most of the time I'm like trying to get to bed. So like 9:30, 10 o'clock is my bedtime on Thursdays. Kirk says a little extra sauce, I'll be good. Yeah, I wish. How about smoked eggs? George, I tried smoked eggs one time. I tried to do like a hard boiled egg. Um, yeah, and yeah. No, 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 no. Brother Bear says I thought you do 1.5 pounds per person. No, half a pound per person. Half a pound per person, and then about a 25% overage. So so the whole thing is, the last time I did this event, they grossly overestimated the number of people there. I'm hoping for the same today or this time. Last year, or excuse me, 2 years ago now, they put on the books 300 people, and there probably were about 200 people. Now, that's not to say that they put on the books this time 450 people, that 400 people won't show up. But I rounded down on this one just because I didn't want to have so much of an overage. Kurt, Vanna's running fine. Yeah, I still need to do there's still some stuff I need to do on that. Like actually this weekend, the rear cargo door, for whatever reason, the handle just like decided to crap the bed. So I ended up replacing it. But when I replaced it, I thought, well, the lock actually was a problem. The cylinder pushes a rod to do the unlock and lock thing. So I thought that the cylinder like stripped out or whatever. So I got a new lock, and then I couldn't actually get the lock to work properly. and then I ended up changing out the handle because the handle was falling apart. It's just like cargo vans or work vans, like people just they don't treat them right. So I got somebody's, unfortunately sloppy seconds, and I'm fixing stuff that they just were like, all right, I'm done with this. Mm. Thank you, John. Really do appreciate it. Northeast Beast, what's up, Jeff? How you doing? First Love Smokers, what's going on? Yes, well, I'm glad that you are back. Hopefully, you had a enjoyable visit with your family. Yeah. The last two times I bought ribs on sale, I froze them. When I cooked them, the texture seemed weird. You ever experienced it? Nope. Sean, never have. So the thing that most people don't understand is most of the time when you buy food, especially from like a supermarket or from like Sam's or Costco or even Restaurant Depot, it's already been frozen. They just thaw it out. They package it, thaw it out, and then they tell you not to refreeze it again or not to thaw it out and refreeze it and do all that stuff. Uh, John, that would be something. So actually, hold on. It was uh let me get the receipt from earlier. All right, so usually I don't talk prices, but since you guys are on the live stream and not many people will watch this back, let's talk about this. Brisket was just over $3 a pound. So it was just over $3 a pound. So and since I know the next question is gonna be Smoking Goodness Barbecue, how you doing? Depot is running 389. No. So even so, before the volume discount, brisket was at Restaurant Depot. The Restaurant Depot near me, it was less than $3.50 a pound. So with the volume discount, it is just over $3 a pound. And for the record, the boneless pork shoulder, it was like $1.50 a pound, and then it dropped down a couple cents after the volume discount. So just goes to show how much I spent on brisket and pork shoulder. And then my chicken, same thing. The chicken was the boneless skinless breasts were about $1 a pound, and the boneless skinless thighs were about $1.50 a pound. So just to give you guys some rough numbers, I spent a good $1,000 on the meat and some of the sides. So yeah. Let's see. What's the same event that you had issues with the rental equipment? No. Eric, so this event that I'm doing over the weekend, this is the event that I actually, if you guys have seen or watched the video series behind the scenes of a catering event, it was like a 4-part or 5-part series. That video from early 2018 was this event 2 years ago. And I would love to be able to do something similar to that, to do a whole update of like behind the scenes, but it's just gonna be me. I'm gonna be here by myself cooking, and I'm just gonna put my head down and get it done over the next couple days. I could, in essence, use multiple smokers, but I'm going to try and just use Bernadette, and I'm going to use Bernadette closer to the house and I'll cook in waves and shifts basically. So I'll have the brisket and the pork shoulder cooking or cooked first, and then once I finish cooking the brisket and the pork shoulder, I'll go ahead back and I'll cook all of the chicken. That being said, once the brisket and the pork shoulder basically gets processed, then I'll be able to cook the chicken. Or while I'm processing the brisket and the pork shoulder, I can cook the chicken, and then once the chicken is done, I can process that and get it all wrapped up. So Lucis, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard a grocery can freeze something one time and still market it as fresh. Ever hear that? I have not. I do not know. William says, "What up, y'all?" George, I have done pork loin. I do not like pork loin. I'm not a fan of pork loin, only because pork loin is white meat, and my family prefers dark meat. So, like, only time I've really done pork loin and my family really liked it is, of course, if I'm frying pork chops, because the loin comes off. The pork chop is part of the loin. But as far as cooking pork loin, I have done pork loin. I had an event for a lady. She ordered some salmon, she ordered pork loin, and she ordered brisket. And I'm like, I don't do pork loin, but I found the pork loin. I cooked it for her. She enjoyed it. She said it was fine. I just that's not just not something I do often, because that's not, to me, that's not real. Like, sometimes, like, a pork loin is one of those things where you either like it or you don't. There is no, oh, I'm gonna try this and oh, I'm gonna see if I like it. Nah, pork loin is, it's just like white and dark meat on chicken. There are some people who like dark meat on chicken. There's some people who only eat white meat on chicken. Same thing with pork loin. Pork loin is a dry cut. Um, Meegs, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Or man, not man. I'm sorry. Uh, William, ain't here cracking beers, but I'll crack jokes. Well, that's what's up, man. Chart tip. I can't get any here. So Lou, funny enough, I actually got some tri tip. Hold on, I got something. Gee, you trying to tell me? All right, piece of jerk seasoning. Lou, I actually got some tri-tip. The restaurant depot near my job does sell it. It's just expensive. It's like $5-6. It's like $5 a pound, and the smallest bag I can get was it was more than $5 a pound. And the smallest bag I could get was 10 pounds. But I did get, golly, I am seeing a whole bunch of stuff on me. But I did get a 10-pound bag. I actually cooked 2 pieces of tri-tip. I cooked them via sous vide yesterday. Yeah, I cooked them via sous vide yesterday. Torched them, sliced them up. It was good. Definitely good. But I didn't do any video. So, sorry, because I was pressed for time. I can get choice Angus briskets for $3.48, prime for $4.66, pound for full brisket. Yeah, I'm saving $1 off of that. So that's going to be time consuming as hell. So Kirk, the the key to doing sides is to know which ones to buy. How about that, Kirk? Y'all see how you doing? Hi, hello. Want to make Canadian bacon with the pork loin. So yes, indeed. Where is Craig from Beers Jack Barbecue? He also has me wanting to make Canadian bacon with pork loin, because I saw his video where he made pork loin and it was super duper simple. I had one in my hand over the weekend, but I just knew I had other things to do this week and I wouldn't have time to do that. Steve says got to do 2 wrapped in bacon for Super Bowl Sunday. That's what's up. Maceo, how you doing? Yossi, hola. Oh, he said hi. He says hola. The whole thing is I'm behind on the comments. So if I don't respond or react to a comment you have or say right away, because when I like on a moment like this where I'm talking, I'm rambling, I'm not actually reading the comments, I get behind. So then I'm touching the screen, but see the camera's on this side of my phone and I'm touching on this side of my phone. See how you can't see my hand, but I can guarantee it's moving. So what I do is I'm scrolling on the comments as I'm talking. So that's why you might see like my eyes move from the center of the screen like to the left, because this is where the comments are. All right, let's see. Jack says, have one of the taste testers video you cook in. We'll understand if it's not perfect. So, Jack, I would love to, but the problem is I'm hopefully going to be able to start my cook tomorrow while they are at school. Uh, Needs to have taste testers helping with the prep rub assembly line. That, Kirk, is exactly what I will need to have done. Only problem is I was supposed to go to Sam's this evening, and I started saying this. I was supposed to go to Sam's this evening because I went to Restaurant Depot earlier this afternoon, got everything ready, got my list together, went to Restaurant Depot, got the food that I needed, and I was supposed to go to Sam's. But then I said, oh, my wife sent me on an errand. She wasn't feeling well today, and she didn't go to work. So one of her coworkers had her laptop so she can get some stuff done. So I had to go to her coworker's house to get her laptop. I was supposed to go to Sam's in between. It's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, that being said, I wasn't able to get some of the things that I need. I need to get some more full catering pans and other things, other essentials. And I wasn't able to get those things, so I cannot start my cook. I wanted to start tomorrow at like 4 in the morning, but I can't. Uh, well, William, so the whole thing is lean meat, even if it's not dry, is dry. There's no fat in it. The fat is going to make it moist, and my wife and kids do not like lean meat. So that I won't say it's dry, like, cause I can make a pork loin and it be moist, but it's still not going to have that fat in it, which is going to give you moisture. Russell says, that's pork, one of those things that you gotta eat right away. Mild flavor sauce will help because it will dry out fast. Yes. I'm aware. Yo, see, yo hablo un poquito español. Ricardo, how you doing this evening? He says, hello, hello, hello. You can cook juicy loin. You need to pull it off at heat at 150 and let it rest, never dry. I agree. I think when I did the pork loin, I think I took it to like 145 degrees because I knew it was going to carry over, and that was it. How much for you to go through in a cook like this? That is one of the things. Thank you so very much, Lou. I need to write that down because I had foil on my list. What the hell did I do on my list? I had foil on my list, and I had a list in my pocket, but I need to add a foil. But I have a let's see here, Lou. Hopefully you can see that right there. That's like a 500 foot. I think it says 500 feet. Yeah, 500 foot heavy duty aluminum foil. Usually I go through one of those about every quarter to 6 months, depending on how much I cook. But gloves. Oh yeah, Eric. I wish, trust me, I wish one or two of you guys live closer to. The closest one of you guys that would be willing or that's volunteered so far has been Kirk, and he's like 3 hours away. Jeff says dry the next day, but not when cooked. I agree. So I actually cooked some chicken breast tonight. My wife took out some chicken breasts, and I cooked them on the Traeger. Again, no video because I had to cook or had to do it quickly. So I cooked them, and once they cooled, they're like dry, and it's like they're still juicy. And I don't want to I just like say dry, but they weren't. I needed them to be a little moist. Yeah. Everyone says hola because hola means hello. Yes. Rick says he made his first trip today to Restaurant Depot. It's a very cool place. Man, it is overwhelming. Would you say it's overwhelming? John, you know what? I would not put it past you, of all people, if I called you and said, "Hey, John, I need some backup. I need some help." I know out of all of the people, one of the people that watches, and you would definitely be here. Like I could probably count on you definitely to help me out, and I cannot express how much I appreciate that. Really, I do. But hold on one second. I need to go get that list and add aluminum foil to it. right. Box of foil. So, Lou, one of the things, and this is going to answer your question. Well, not really answer your question, but one of the things is people say, well, how long does such and such last? And I can tell you, I don't know. What I do is whenever I do have a big cook like this and I have a higher amount of profit, that's when I usually stock up on things. So I might get 2 boxes of foil as opposed to just getting one. So what I normally do is I have 2 boxes of foil going at any given time. One box is typically in the garage, one box is in the kitchen. Excuse me. One box is in the kitchen. What ends up happening is I go through one box faster than the other. Usually the one in the house is the one that goes faster. So when the one in the house gets low, I will replace it. And then I'll take the, or no, I just usually replace one before the other, but the one in the house usually is one that goes fastest. Because I'm using it for not just when I'm cooking, I'm using it for when I'm cooking around the house as well. So let's see. So here is a tip for you, Jeff. If you did not know, you can get a you can get into Restaurant Depot, and you do not have to have a business. The way you do that is you get an SCA or a KCBS membership. I would probably recommend an SCA membership because I think it's cheaper than the KCBS. But what happens is you can get a day pass, which means that every time you go in there, though, you're going to have to stop at the front desk, tell someone, hey, here's my SCA information, and they'll give you a day pass. That gets you in and that gets you the ability to buy something. If you are going in there more than once or twice a week, then maybe it's time to figure out doing, set up some sort of LLC or, you know, yeah, something. Okay, if you're going in there that often or you're going in there to buy things, then it could be worth it to just set it up. And it doesn't have to be active. Once you set it up and you have the documentation, you go in there, you get all your stuff set up and done, and boom, that's it. They don't ask you for it again. So la, 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 la. Lou says every time I walk into the depot, it's like Christmas. Well, and I always leave there with at least one thing I don't need. Yes, Lou, I remember those days. At this point, I won't say tunnel vision, but like tonight, prime example, I had to buy food for this event on Saturday. But I took an opportunity. I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to get some spinach. And that was a little thing that I got extra. But usually it's like, okay, I'll get bread or I might get water ice every now and again. Or if my wife wants, because she's gotten to the point where she really likes they have a box of Dungeness crabs that she gets and will enjoy those from time to time. But if I see stuff on sale, like if I see meat on sale, I'll get it for us, for my family. But usually I don't cook any meat to sell that's on sale or discounted. Rick says, how would you compare prices between Restaurant Depot and Costco? It's one of those things, Rick, where certain things are more expensive at Costco. Well, actually, compared to Costco, Costco is the most expensive out of Costco, Sam's, BJ's, and Restaurant Depot. I haven't been in BJ's recently, but Costco and Sam's, either they are comparable or Costco is higher. Typically, Sam's is almost always less expensive than Costco or the same price. Restaurant Depot, there are times when Restaurant Depot is more expensive for certain things, and there's times when Restaurant Depot was cheaper for certain things. If you're buying smaller volumes, Restaurant Depot can be more expensive. But if you purchase a higher volume, you might be able to save some money with volume discounts, especially once you're getting cases of meat. With Sam's, you get a case of meat. Sometimes you might get 10, 15 cents cheaper. Other times it's just the same price. Now, I will tell you more often than not, when I get my chicken from Sam's because it comes in individual packs. Those individual packs are costing me like $1 more when I get them, $1 more per pound when I get them, when I get smaller amounts. But because I bought 120 pounds of chicken today, I was able to get it from the Restaurant Depot, and I saved probably $100 by getting it from the Restaurant Depot. And actually, I probably saved more than that because I got the chicken for less than $1 per pound. And I know for sure that the boneless, skinless boneless, skinless breast at Restaurant Depot are at Sam's are probably $2. And the boneless, skinless thighs are $2.50. So I saved $1 on each. So probably saved $150 by going to Restaurant Depot and buying in a bigger volume. Jack says we could come there and help, but everything would taste like, oh boy, cigarette butts. I know, Jack. What's up? We got Lee from Smoking Bears. He says, hello, everyone, getting ready for work, but listening. Well, I appreciate you very much, Lee, for hanging out. 6 months to join. All right, so Jeff says, I just joined Sam's Club. 15 bucks. Hold on, let me swig another. All right, let's see. All right, I just joined Sam's Club. He says $15 to join, and they gave a $30 card. That's what's up. Now, one of the things, Jeff, I recommend is I have their advantage or whatever it is membership. And I'll tell you what, one of the things that you can do with Sam's is, or at least the Sam's near me, in order to get a business account, all I had to do was show them a business card. So if you print out a business card, then you can get the business account, and that business account will give you access to going into Sam's earlier in the morning. So you can go into Sam's like as early as 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, depending on what the hours are at your local club. But because I have the business information, I did get the business account. Now, I have the Advantage type of account, which I pay a little bit more money for that type of account, but I get a percentage of everything that I spend in Sam's back. So it's a no-brainer. Basically, because of all of the money I spend between my business and between my household, things like that, I'm paying for my membership every year in the rewards or the cash back bonus. So and then if there's the Sam's gas stations near where you are, I get fuel for my van, fuel for my car. They're both diesels. One of the stations or one of the Sam's in the area has diesel, so I'll fill up and I'm getting dollars back for all of those purchases. So like I said, that cash back pays for my membership every year. So Steve, Zach Attack, I didn't say hi. How you doing this evening? Thank you for popping on and hanging out. Big Steve says $15. Wow, it's $50 in his area. So what they do sometimes, Steve, is they either have a deep discounted promotion to get you sucked in, or it could be like you have the membership for $15 for 90 days or for 180 days for 6 months. So basically, it works out to be about the same when you do the math. Sometimes, the only time other time I've seen it at a discount for Sam's was when there was a Sam's that closed, and was it Sam's or was it BJ's? It was a Sam's that closed, and BJ's offered like a huge discount that said, hey, Sam's members or former Sam's members, you can come over here and get a membership from us for dirt cheap. So maybe it was a competitive type thing in his area. Jeff says, yeah, I couldn't get the online offer to work, so they gave me a great deal. Well, there you go. So that explains it. Jimmy Q, hey, what do you say? I think I said it already. Jeff says here it's $100 to save on prescriptions to shop early. Exactly, $100 a year. Always good to know you literally just had to show a business card. Yes, Lou, at least in my area at the Sam's where I was at, I had business cards before I had my business documentation all back. And I got my business membership from Sam's before I actually had to show them anything. Just canceled my Costco membership, going back to Sam's. I have tried BJ's too. Sam's is best. I agree, man. You know what? People big up Costco so much. I am not impressed. I'm not impressed. Like, yeah. Barbecue 951 says all you need to do is pay for the Plus membership. It's $100 a year, I guess. And you get in early. He says he used to work for me a few years ago. Daddy Dutch, Kent, how you doing? If you spend more than $150 a month there, it's worth having a Plus membership because you'll be jumping for free annually because of the money back that you make. Yep, that's exactly it. And I usually, like I said, I shoot. I'm trying to think how much is it 1% or is it 2% that you get back for like the cash that you spend? But I mean, I know I feel like I spend millions of dollars in Sam's. George says he has a BJ's and a Restaurant Depot. I had, like I said, I can't tell you exactly how BJ's compares because I haven't been in a BJ's in quite a long time. I've been doing Sam's. I've had Sam's for probably 15 years now. Zach says, I like Costco quality, but they move everything all the time. They won't butcher meat for you, and they are way overpriced. I agree, and I agree. So, Zach, one of the things I heard recently about Costco is, getting kind of sucked into the Costco economy is that they move stuff on purpose so that you have to walk past other things and you impulse buy. I mean, it's no secret that they do that. And one of the things that pisses me off about Costco is because they move stuff around, they don't have signage to tell you where things are. Like that irks me to no end. It's like, yo, I'm walking in the store. I want to get something, one specific thing. I go to where I think it should be. It's moved. Now I can't even find it because I have to walk around this 1,000,000 square foot freaking building trying to find the needle in the haystack because I need something, and it's not conducive to what I need to do. Sam's, man, man. Like ordering, I could order my stuff online and have it ready. Like I was contemplating ordering the things that I need online and having them ready so I can go in there, run in there tomorrow morning maybe and pick stuff up. Uh, uh, John from Drive Crash says, I wish Restaurant Depot was closer to him. Our Sam's here sucks. Well, John, I think the closest Restaurant Depot to you, unless there's one, there might be one in Delaware, like the one in Wilmington might be closer than the one in Capitol Heights. But those are probably the only two that are close to you. Or if it's not Wilmington, it might be like Claymont, which is still like almost into Pennsylvania. So you're probably looking at 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get from Ocean City to Wilmington. I don't know what the distance is. And to get from Ocean City across the Bay Bridge to get to Capitol Heights. So it sucks when you know what you want and expect to get a quick trip. Oh, I know, man. Zach, I completely agree. Yeah, Zach says half the time the employees don't even know. Exactly. The only employees that know are the ones who actually move the stuff. Jimmy Q says impulse buying is why the carts are so big at Costco. Well, that and the fact that you typically have to, um, you're buying that much stuff. Like last time we went in there, my wife and I went in there. Now we usually do like a big shopping trip once a quarter. Dude, we went in there and spent $500 in Costco, and it was like I feel like we got nothing. So yeah. Ooh. Zaka says it's called Costco Treasure Hunt. That's why they move things around. I worked at Costco for 10 years. in the IT area. All right. Well, that's what's up, Mr. Hockett. Thank you. John says, yeah, it's a 5 hour visit. Golly, 2.5 hours up there, 2.5 hours back. Gosh. Lord forbid, Rick says, Lord forbid you go to Cologne a weekend. You gotta walk around and trick or treaters standing in line for free food samples. uh, oh, you go to Costco on a weekend. Yes. Um, BBQ 951 says 2% for food, but if you get the credit card, it's 5% in gas. I do not want a Sam's credit card. Sam, I have been resisting. BJ's doesn't have full catering pan lids. Facts. I have both Sam's and BJ's. Well, Bumpy, I stopped using the catering pan lids because you can only get one use out of them. Now, are they sturdier when you're stacking stuff? Yes, but I rather use aluminum foil. I can. Aluminum foil is cheaper, and if you're taking stuff on and putting stuff off, aluminum foil is better. I much rather use aluminum foil. Zach says Costco heavy duty forks break Sam's Butcher brand ones. Is it Butcher brand or Members Mark? I think is what it is. He said Butcher brand ones are made of titanium. Well, that's good to know. I have to get some. Oh, Baker's. Yeah, it's like something. I know, but I know what you're talking about, Zach. And I won't say I can confirm nor deny, but yeah. I'm just like I said. I'm, I'm just trying to get out of my head, stay out of my head, and this is just nerves, because there's a lot riding on this. Zach says he has 4 kids. We use plastic. Nope, I have 3 children, and we use the dishwasher. My kids though, they kill me because I find forks and stuff in the daggone trash from when someone just knocked everything off their plate, and the forks get disappeared. Yeah, like all of their we bought forks and knives and spoons and stuff for them from Ikea. Those plastic reusable wares, and freaking half the stuff is gone. The foil you have, is it Sam's or Restaurant Depot? I have Restaurant Depot, and it's cheap. It tears easily. Steve, I use the heavy duty foil from Sam's. I've been using this heavy duty foil for years and years and years. Actually, and I think, hold on. So you guys can see it right there. It says heavy duty foil. That is where that foil stays all of the time, on the end of the bar there. And you see other stuff laid out. So salad toppings, bacon bits. We had um, I made some I made some chicken tonight, chicken breast tonight. So my wife made a salad. So that's why that stuff is sitting out. It needs to go away. But that foil stays on the end of the bar 24/7. It does not move from there. And you can see my gloves are right behind it. And here, I'll show you guys again. My gloves are right behind it. And right next to the gloves, or in between the gloves and the foil, is where the ThermoPro thermometer sits. But that is their permanent home. I turn around, I'm getting gloves. I turn around, I'm getting foil. I turn around to get the thermometer. That is where those things stay in this kitchen. So when I need something, yeah. Zach says Sam's foil is titanium too. Zach said I had a roll last him 3 years, and I triple wrap every butt before I sell it. I'm not doing all of that now. John says the best aluminum foil. Yeah, man. Mr. Hawkins says I use the foil to wrap too. I have a big roll of butcher paper, but the foil works better. All right. The only thing I don't like about Restaurant Depot is their wings are miscut. Now, not all of them. You can get regular wings. They're just way more expensive. The miscuts are much cheaper, and obviously, if you're in business, you're going to probably buy the cheaper wings. But it also depends on probably where you are, which restaurant depot you are, because some restaurant depots maybe only get, or the restaurant depot near you might only get miscuts. But I know I have seen like party wings, jumbo party wings, regular wings, and miscuts. The miscuts right now are on sale. My wife actually, we were talking about getting a box of them, but the problem with the miscuts is they're frozen. It's a 40-pound box of frozen miscuts, which means I have to thaw them out in order to separate them, in order to put them back in the freezer, in order to freeze them again. So that's the reason why we didn't get any miscuts. But we did look at them. We did. My wife and I went to Restaurant Depot, and oh, the leg quarters. So you guys are probably going to see me cooking a lot of leg quarters because the leg quarters were on sale. They were on sale, I guess it was about 25 cents off per pound, which took them to like a little over $1, I guess. So maybe even less than $1. Anyway, they were on sale, and my wife likes leg quarters, so we bought a case of damn leg quarters. So I'll be cooking leg quarters a lot. So if you see videos on leg quarters, you now know why. But yeah. So, but anybody have any questions? Like, I kind of wanted this to be a little more of a question and answer type thing for like preparation for the big cook. Like, any other questions you guys have? Because I am, like I said, I'm kind of just chilling. I'm kind of in relaxation mode, trying to not overthink what I have to do tomorrow and Friday. Um, and I'm kind of to the point now where I might just really take my time and get stuff done. Like start midday tomorrow, and I'll finish up like in the middle of the night between Thursday night and Friday morning, and then I will be able to like do what I need to do during Friday as far as processing everything, get everything put away in a refrigerator so it'll be overnight in a refrigerator, and I'll get up on Saturday morning and finish doing what I have to do. Uh, Mr. Hawkins says he watched the leg quarter jerk chicken video the other day. They look very good. They were. I ate one. I am not a fan of leg quarters, so I probably will not be eating very many of them. So the reason why I'm not a big fan of leg quarters, and I don't know what the hell. Oh, it's just cars driving by. You can see the window there. The blinds are open, the shades are open, so you can see everything, and it's distracting me. So if it's distracting me, it's probably distracting you too. Uh, so sorry about the ums and ahs. So Mr. Hockett, they were good. It was good, the leg quarter. And I did tear that one up. Like, no BS. That was not me just eating and taking bites for the camera for the video. I ate that one. Like I picked that one clean. I look like Jeff Ricer, from Dead Brook Barbecue. You know how he eats his whatever he cooks and he's got food on his face. That was me after I ate that one. So Ricer, I know you're probably not here, but shout out to you. Lou says, I've never been to Sam's. This is making me want to become a member. Uh, if I could hook you up with a membership, I would. And actually, Lou, text me. Maybe we can do some sort of, or maybe I can do some sort of referral. And maybe we can get something off, or you can get something off. Um, Mr. Hawkins says, I like the basketball videos. Hope Sebastian is doing better. He's doing fine. He wasn't doing bad. He is still learning. Let's put it that way. And he gets flustered and frustrated like easily. And he need there's some things he's got to work on, but he's doing fine in the grand scheme of things. Let's put it that way. Buy hero foil to last forever. Lou, shoot, Zach. I wish I could say it lasts forever. I usually go through the longest I think I've had a roll of foil lasts is maybe 6 months, and that was like during a light cook season. So during the summer, of course, because I'm cooking a little bit more, I go through them a little bit more. But during the winter, like between now and I don't even know when the last time I bought foil. I need to start writing the date that I buy them on the box, and then I can keep track of how long they take. George Russian said, "Are you serving the chicken sauce?" Yes, I do. I do put a light sauce on the chicken while it's cooking, and then I also put a light sauce on the chicken once I mix it up and add a little seasoning. Zach says easily twice as thick as Reynolds Heavy Duty. I agree. What are miscuts? Exactly that, Bumpy. It is when you have like most of the time in a processing plant, if it when they're cutting, separating the parts of chicken wings, they use probably like a bandsaw or like a I won't say it. It's probably not someone using a knife, right? And they cut the wings. But if you miss the joint, then that's a miscut, and it is simply stated. So those are the ones that you see the marrow popping out of, or there's extra joint because the leg portion or the arm portion is not cut properly. Some of them are jacked up, I mean, but they're all edible. I mean, they're all edible. They're just not pretty looking. It's like we get, and I think I've told you guys about this before. My wife found this thing, and it's not like a Hungry Harvest. It's for ugly fruit or and produce, and we get a box every 2 weeks of ugly produce. And some of the stuff, I mean, it's fine. It's just it might have a bruise on it, or it might not be the perfect, most perfect straight carrot, or you know, potatoes. I don't know, like how to explain it, but it's not bad fruit or bad vegetables. It's just stuff that doesn't look pretty and it's not as appealing to the masses. So as opposed to it getting thrown away or it going to waste, my wife gets it at a discount. So and it gets delivered to the house. So yeah. Steve says I started looking today at food safety license permit certificate. Where did you start in order to get yours? We'll talk offline about that. Only reason I say that is because I don't talk about the certificates and other things like that because you have to look into those things for your particular area. So that's why I don't talk about those things because you have to look into that in your particular area. I don't want to tell you I did this, I did that, and I'm giving you misinformation because the city, the county, the state you live in does something completely backward. The Bearded Gourmet. Hello, first and foremost. It says, have you ever used Big Mo Kason's barbecue rubs? They are definitely his go-to. Unfortunately, I have not, and I've said this before. I've kind of gotten to the point where I have the stuff that I like, and I've stopped experimenting because it gets expensive experimenting. And I experiment with something, I use it a couple times, and it's like, I really like it or I don't like it, but even if I like it and my kids like it, my wife might not like it, or my wife might like it, but my kids won't like it. And I definitely do not do experimenting when I'm cooking for customers. So yeah, that's just one of those things where I stick to the again, I've been doing this a very long time and I have the flavors that I like and I have the flavors like my wife I cooked the tri-tip and she said, "What did you season it with?" And I said, something normal, something regular. And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "Not that I didn't like the last thing that you had, it was just different." And I'm like, every time I try something different, I get that it's okay, but it's not what I was expecting. So now I'm getting dinged and I'm not getting a true okay, this is great, this is fantastic. I'm not getting a that reaction because they're put off by the fact that I'm using a different seasoning. So not for nothing, I do still use different seasonings. I just don't always like they're in smaller quantities, smaller batches. So and I don't always film everything. So like Big Steve is here. Big Steve sent those rubs. I have been using Big Steve's rubs, and actually they were in a box that was over here, but I have since moved them. Actually, I put them in the cart that I use outside on the side of the house because just running back and forth sometimes to season things is not cool. Um, let's see. Lou says, "Oh man, I may take you up on that. Wife splits a membership with a brother at Costco, so anytime I want to go, I have to go with her because I don't have a car." I understand, Lou, and like that's one of the things that kills me. It's like, listen, if I am giving you a card, right? I say, hey, like, oh, perfect example. My one of the administrative assistants at my job when we have those events, like the events where I'm cooking using, like I use Johnny Five, I'm cooking for my coworkers. She will go to Costco, and I'm like, hey, here's my Costco card. Well, there were some things that she bought the last time she went, and they gave her such a hard time. And she's like, listen, my manager sent me over here to get this stuff. I work for this guy. Here's his name. Here's his information. Call him if you need to. He gave me his permission to come over here and do this for him on his behalf. Why are you giving me so much grief? Like, to the point where, like I said, she bought some things and she ended up having to return some things. But when she went to return them, they're like, well, this isn't you. Who is this? And she's like, I work here. This is my manager. Now, I'm not her manager, but she's like, this is my manager. He asked me to come and do this for him while he's taking care of X, Y, and Z. So, blah, blah, blah. They called me, right? They called me on the phone and they're like, hi, Mr. Dash, did you give your card to anyone? Yes, my coworker has my card. Well, she's here and she's trying to return some things. Is this okay? Yes. Is she returning it on the same card that it was used to make the purchase? She's like, yes. Isn't it a corporate card that shows my business? Like the company that I work for, that the name on the card. She's like, yes. So I don't understand what the problem is. Well, we have to make sure that, for what? Like, come on. Even walking in the door, you got to show the card. For what reason? If I don't have a Costco membership and I go in there and try to buy something and I can't, like, why does it matter? Over the weekend, like I said, my wife and I were there on Saturday. My wife went into the store, or actually it was Sunday. My wife and I went into the store, or she went into the store ahead of me. I was in my workout clothes and I didn't have my I have a wallet, a big wallet that has like all the membership cards in it. I didn't have that. I just had my ID, my wallet with the ID. Yes, I carry two wallets. Anyway, I'm like, yo, I don't have the membership card. I'm in my workout clothes. I don't have it. Well, you're gonna need to call her and she's gonna need to come up here and show me. I said, for what? I said, dog, if I don't have the card, I can't buy anything. I said, I can look up the membership thing on my phone, right? Yeah. I said, but here's the problem. The app doesn't half work. So if I try to log in, I'm gonna be standing here longer than it's gonna take me to go find my wife. He's like, well, so I had to pick up something. I bought a piece of furniture and I couldn't get it all at one time. So I ended up going back on Sunday morning and pick up the rest of the furniture. Well, I said, look, how about this? I'll show you the receipt for the thing that I came in to pick up. I was like, you saw me come in and out of the exit door a couple times. He's like, I didn't see you coming in and out of the door. I'm like, come on, man. Like, really? What is it that you think is so precious about walking into Costco or Sam's or BJ's if I don't show my membership card? Like, I'll wait. I really want to know what it is. Uh, Zach says, you're right, Zach. He says, I go through a lot of foil. You're right. Handyman, how you doing? Steve, I went to a new place to buy firewood today, asked for oak, and the guy said, no, all I had was ugly oak, and it wasn't cut right and didn't look proper. Dude, so the knots and those pieces, they burn too, man. And if you can get them at a discount, get them. And if you need to split them at home and use a saw or something like that to split them into smaller pieces, get them too. But ugly pieces of wood, they burn. Dude, don't look. I'm so simple. I like, yeah. Told him, let me see the oak, and there's nothing wrong with it. Gave me half the cost of the pretty stuff, dude. Why? Why do It's one of those things, man, where people, it's an image thing. Is it going to do what I need to do? Yes. All right. Beautiful Grill, how you doing this evening? I'm trying to catch up on the comments. Let's see. Uh, we got Johnny's, we got Jimmy's, we got Rick's, we got Lou. It's like, yeah, there's no cash on the card and you pay with it. Yeah, money is money. Dash is an anti-ID theft practices. How? The knots burn longer, Zach says. I kind of agree with that. It's just because they don't because they're odd. Like they don't. Yeah, I agree. I'm the type of person that would have walked right out the door. Dude, George, I'm telling you, I was close. I was close to calling my wife and letting her know, yo, I'm sitting outside in the van. I was so close because it's like these people who these gatekeepers, literally the gatekeepers. It's like, why? Why are you so pressed to make sure that you see my card? Like, there are far bigger, worse things in the world that you could be, you know, harping on. Like, you're gonna give yourself a heart attack because I'm walking into Costco without showing you the daggone Costco card. If I'm in Costco, I better have a membership or I'm not gonna be able to buy anything. The only thing I might be able to buy in Costco without a membership is lunch. That's it. I don't get it. But maybe that's me. I'm a simple person. Richard, good to see you, man. So thankful that you support and you pop in and you hang out with us. Really am grateful that you are willing to spend time here with us. So let's see. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. It really does help out. Not only make me feel better, it helps the channel and it helps these videos. So yeah, the game gave me something to try. Let's see. The guy, I guess. You ever burned almond wood? No. Almonds are not very prevalent in this area. Um, I think we have black walnuts in the area. Like there's a black walnut tree above my garages, so we get walnut every now and again, but not almond. Yes, is this the event with the terrible warmers? The warmers were, yeah, I guess the warmers that they had. Yeah, I think it was at a school, two buffet setups. Yes, Bumpy, that's exactly it. Knots and crooks and branches are the best, William says. Costco pizza's pretty good, if you say so. I'm more of a hot dog guy just because the pizza sometimes can be very, very greasy. Tom says, I work for a company that has taken over by another company. We're trying to switch to Spectrum Internet and Phone to get a new company. They're making us jump through legal hoops. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yep, Barbecue 951. I totally agree. I love the Sam's Club app more than I could ever like put into words. He says this is why I love the Sam's Club app. The reason why they want to see your card is if you want to make sure that you can pay for it. It sounds dumb, but that's the answer. Well, here's the thing. Want to pay for what? Pay for the card or pay for whatever it is I'm buying? Because at Sam's they relaxed that whole need to show the card for like 6 months, and it was great. Just walking in, not having to fumble and find a card before I made my purchase, because typically I don't use the damn card. You know why? Because of the Sam's app. I go in, I pull up the app on my phone as I'm walking in, I start scanning my things, I scan everything that I need to, I double check before I sign, before I pay for everything, walk out. I've been using that Sam's app for probably 2 years. Like as soon as it came out, I started using it. Like before folks knew that Sam's had an app, I happened to hear somebody or see somebody talking about it, and I was like, an app? Wait, what? And yes, Richard can probably tell you if he goes into the Sam's that's on Route 40 in Catonsville, because he lives not too far away from there. That Sam's is the bane of my existence. That Sam's, the lines out of Sam's are ridiculous all the time. And that the reason that is because there used to be a Sam's in Owings Mills. So Owings Mills is up here, Catonsville is down here. Well, the Sam's in Owings Mills closed, and the closest Sam's between Catonsville and Owings Mills is now all the way up here in Park. Actually, it's probably like up here in Parkville. So it's like all of these people that are like from here to here are now coming down here. So it's increased the traffic in the Sam's, but they haven't increased like the staff. They haven't opened up extra registers. None of those things that you would think would be a requirement. So the lines are always ridiculous. So whenever I would go in there now, I would again, here's Catonsville, here's Glen Burnie. I would go all the way out to Glen Burnie which is 15, 20 minutes away from my house, versus the store that's 5 minutes away from my house because of how busy the one in Catonsville is compared to the one in Glen Burnie. Then the Sam's Club app popped up, and oh my gosh, talk about a time saver. It usually would take more time for the person at the door to get the little device that was necessary to check my receipt, or excuse me, to scan the QR code on my phone so that they could look and see the stuff that I bought than it would for me to be in the store. They want us to take a document and get it notarized with both the previous and current present. Previous owner lives in Florida now. That doesn't make sense, Tom. I mean, at this point, you just get a whole new service. Like, screw them. Sam's Club actually allowed to pay for everything there and check out, which defeats the whole purpose of showing your card. Exactly. Which is why I think, and the 951, one of the reasons why, and when they started asking for the card again, for your membership card again at Sam's, I'm like, why are y'all asking for the card again? Like, what happened? Like, you stopped asking for the card, and the reason is apparently in the mornings there were people who were going in without showing their card, and if they didn't have the right card, they wouldn't be able to buy anything because they don't have that advanced membership or they don't have the business membership. So they were like, it caused problems because the people who normally would show their card in order to get in. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll show my card. I'll flash my card in the mornings when I go in, but like in the afternoons, pew, or I'll just hold up my phone like, yeah, I'm gonna do the app. And most of the people are cool with that. Nothing grew. What are you saying, Jeff? Northeast Beast. Nothing grow you der black walnut tree. Uh how am I doing? Are you doing vegan, vegetarian options on side? Yeah. All of the sides are going to be vegetarian. Vegetarian beans. I'm not putting any butter in the string beans, so I'm doing vegetarian baked beans. So it's just going to be brown sugar in the baked beans. I'm going to be doing green beans, so cut green beans, and salt and pepper will go in those. So vegetarian, vegan actually, and potato salad, coleslaw. Um, the potato salad, one of the potato salads I got years ago, it had egg in it, and I just had to tell people there's egg in it, like for the vegans, but the vegetarians didn't care. Scan and Go is definitely a lifesaver. Do you have your own chafing pans? My wife bought 2 sets from Restaurant Depot for a good deal. George, no, I don't. Reason why I don't is because if I usually don't stay at events. I use the disposable ones because probably if I have a dozen events, I might stay at one. Um, yeah. If I did have the reusable dishes, then the reusable things, I would have to like have a place to store them and keep them and then make sure they're clean and all of those things. I don't know. I don't have a place dedicated for that around my house yet. If I get, some sort of brick and mortar or a place where I can store those things, then maybe I'll invest in a set. But for right now, no, I don't have them. I just get the disposable ones, and I mean they cost me $2.50 a pop, so they're not cheap. But yeah. Hey, Steve says good night, good people. Good luck with this weekend, Mr. Dash. No need to be nervous as you got a 1 or 450. It's still the same process. You're absolutely right. They won't let us get a new service. What? Because there's an addiction service here. They're being really difficult, man. I take them to court. I mean, there's got to be a way to get around it. Uh, there's that's stupid. I hate when people make stuff difficult just on out of principle. All right, it's about that time, my friends. It's past my bedtime. Deuces, definitely. Good luck with the cook. Thank you so very much. It's so funny. Usually, I'm the one that's telling you guys or wishing you guys good luck with your cooks. Lou says, everybody take care. Ever thought about adding pulled turkey to your menu? No. Just because turkey, I don't get enough call for turkey. Now, if I were doing enough of it to, like, most people are pretty cool with beef, chicken, and pork. Turkey is one of those things. It's an outlier. Turkey around the holidays, yes. Turkey every day, I don't have the call for it, and I'm not going to put it on the menu just for one person to annoy me and get it. And um, uh, like it'll be one of those things where one person will ask for it and they'll ask for it at a time of year when I can't get it, and then I have to pay extra money to get it, and I quote them a price and I end up losing money on it. So no. Rick, I do not have a recipe for pickled onions because here in Baltimore, pickled onions are not necessarily as big of a deal as they are for you guys in Texas and in Mexico where you are. So, um, yeah. Now I saw Alton's pickled red onions. I'm gonna try that soon because that was drop dead simple, and I could do that, with stuff I have laying around the house, like for sure, definitely. Jeff, you are the minority that like turkey better than you do chicken. There are some people that can't process turkey. Like turkey apparently is harder on the stomach or harder to digest than chicken is, and some people just don't do well with that different protein. So, dude, Bumpy, man, I'm telling you, y'all be overthinking stuff, man. Sometimes y'all be trying to bend over backwards for one person that's gonna order something once a year. No, I'm going to keep my stuff simple for the masses. If I can please 90% of folks, I'm going to please those 90% of folks and get paid. I'm not going to worry about pleasing 100% of people because you're never going to do it. Just don't do that. Please the majority of the people who are going to be placing orders. Please the majority of people who are going to be willing to pay you money. Don't worry about pleasing that outlier. That yeah. Uh, nope. Hey, Jimmy, thank you so very much, and looking forward. I check the PO box quite often. Uh, much to my chagrin, I check the PO box often. Wish there was more stuff in it from time to time, but I do check it at least once, maybe twice a week. Typically, I'm checking the PO box like 3 or 4 times a week, but yeah, no less than once a week am I up at the PO box checking it. And like my kids just know when I leave from school and I go a certain way, they're like, "We're going to the post office, Daddy." Yes, we are. So, and they get, what's funny, and I'll be completely honest, they get just as excited as I do when I get stuff out of the PO box. So the other day when you guys saw the video from me going to the PO box and getting the sauces from BT Light, yeah, BT, yeah, BT Lee, I was genuinely surprised he did not tell me that those were coming. And so surprised. I just so happened to be wanting to film because I hadn't gotten anything in the PO box, just to kind of remind you guys that sending stuff in the PO box is an option. So yeah. But anyway, I got something, and I was excited. I am excited, and actually, that box is BT Lee's sauces. So yeah. Right in and beats pickle. Oof, no, thank you, Jeff. Jeff, man, every now and again we be on the same wavelength, and then you just say something like you like beets. What? Nah, man, nah. Uh, Pickle smoked eggs. Oh my gosh, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. I watched Alton's pickled onions video. Very simple onions, a tablespoon of salt, fill jar with vinegar. Looks awesome. I agree, man. Dude. Um, I am excited. Like, I was looking at it like, man, I have jars. And then I was like, I don't know if I have any distilled white vinegar. So, for a recap, lessons learned video. Well, Bumpy, man, yeah, definitely, I will most likely do a lessons learned because every time I do a cook like this, I learn something or I mess something up, and I have to scramble. Like I said, I wanted to cook. I wanted to cook tomorrow, and I can't. I'm trying to debate. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I told my manager, my coworker, I will work from home tomorrow, while I could get some stuff together. But I'm like, do I need to do that, or do I want to go to work and just come home and start cooking? I don't know if I do. because that's just gonna be a long day. So I need to get something started tomorrow. La, 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 la. Just as soon I will send you the spices I got you. I got to use for a dehydrated vegetable mix. All right, I'm in Mexico with my PO boxes in the U.S. and I love going and getting my mail. Usually rub sauces and other goodies. But how far? So Ricardo, I know I knew you were in like El Paso or in that El Paso area. How easy or difficult is it for you to just cross the border and go back and forth? Vito Grill says I get nothing in the mail. I see what you're doing there. If you hit me up on Instagram and shoot me an address, I will lazily get something in the mail to you. Maybe some stickers or a calendar or something like that. But you can always order. Um, you could always order a T-shirt, and then I could send that to you. And I will ask anyone who's ordered a T-shirt. I usually send some extras, some stickers, a coaster, a calendar. I usually send some extras with T-shirt orders. So if you haven't already, you can order the T-shirts and or stickers at brbque.com. I feel like I've spent more money on that website hosting it than I have made money on T-shirts. So I'm thinking about taking that down soon, but I just needed a different place to put my merchandise stuff. But anyway, yeah. Have I tried GrillMate seasoning? Yes. I use some GrillMate season like the McCormick stuff. I use that for my personal, for my family. Uh, uh, well, Jeff, I feel some type of way. I've never gotten anything from Lou's Barbecue. Um, did I see? I saw somebody got something recently. I don't know. I saw somebody on Instagram or Facebook got something. Let's see. Rick says, no, I'm in Baja, California. Tecate, Mexico is the border town about 45 minutes south of San Diego. You can see Trump's beautiful new way of the second floor, or away from the second floor of my house. Okay. Quarter mile from the border, crossing, and 15 minutes from my P.O. box. All right. That's what's up. Uncle Lou's Barbecue. Okay. Most expensive item you have been asked to try on my channel? What's the most expensive item you have been asked to try on my channel? People for some strange reason want me to cook a Wagyu brisket. Like, I have I have very little desire. And I think the reason I have very little desire is because that's a lot of money. I know someone that cooked a Wagyu brisket, and they cooked like a 14 or 15 pound. Maybe it was a little bit more than that. Maybe it was like 18 pound max. But so between 15 and 18 pounds of Wagyu brisket, it was $850 for that brisket. And I was like, oh, hell no. Now, could I come and get people to come and um pay for Wagyu brisket? I'm sure I probably could, but I'd probably have to charge them $250 a pop, and you'd be like, "Here, you get 1 pound of this Wagyu brisket." Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that. I just not my right mind. Um, yeah, Rick says, yeah, his new wall. I understand. Uh, autocorrect is the thing. Now, Jeff, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say that I won't cook one. I will say that I'm not in a position to buy one. Let's put it that way. I don't. I just. I have other things to do with my money than spend it on a brisket like that. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. If you can do it, smoke them as you got them. But I just can't justify. I cannot justify spending that amount of money. Now, some people are rolling like that. If you have it, and yeah, no, I can't afford that. Jeff says a Snake River brisket is $380. Dog, no, no. That's nope. I'm not doing competition barbecue, and I don't even understand why people are spending that much. It's you know what? I feel like the people who are selling Wagyu briskets and people who are buying Wagyu briskets, it's like Hallmark. Okay, Hallmark created an industry to sell cards for no daggone reason. Like, they created multiple industries. Valentine's Day. Who said for Valentine's Day, I'm going to give you a Valentine's Day card? I don't know. Graduations. I can see a graduation. I can see a birthday. Okay. But all of these holidays, no. It's an industry that was made up. I feel the same thing about competition sometimes. I feel the same way about high end briskets, high end meats that, the artisan meats. Now, there are some times when those things they're warranted, but it's just, to me, it's a little oversaturated. If you do gristles, always use choice because that's what's on sale at Kroger. I agree. Look, Ricardo says, give me a choice or select brisket any day. I agree. Jeff says choice or Angus. Hey, hey, air fryer recipes. We got Booger. How you doing this evening? Glad you could join us. Thank you so very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Too. Jeff says this country boy too poor for that. Sure enough. Renew Barbecue says, dang, hopping on late. What's going on? Nothing much, man. Ain't nothing but the rent. I'm not one to brag, but I can make your shoe taste good. Sure. My choice and select come out great. I agree. I agree. Two cards for $1 at the Dollar Tree. You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But again, Hallmark has created an economy. Like, why am I spending $5, $6 on a card that's just a piece of paper? Yeah. Um, Zach says, have you ever tried the Wagyu at the Carnival Cruise Steakhouse? If so, how was it? We're going in April. Well, Zach, if you are going on a Carnival cruise, I actually recommend the chef's table higher than I would recommend a steakhouse. The reason being, and this is one of those things, I won't say as an American, but most Americans, you go, you sit down, you eat at a restaurant, you go in, you get down, you get your appetizer, or you get your appetizer in a timely manner, you get your, entree in a timely manner, you get your dessert if you're getting a dessert in a timely manner, you get your little coffee or after dinner drink in a timely manner, and you go. You're in and out in an hour and a half tops. Some places. On the cruise, we were sitting there for like an hour and we hadn't even got our appetizer yet. We had an appetizer, I think we had a salad, then we had an entree, then we had like a dessert that was brought to the table. We were there for like 2.5 hours and like we were sitting there like, oh, look at that person walking past us on the deck looking in here. Like, they're wishing they could be in here. We're wishing we could leave. It just took a long time. And it was one of those things where I came to a realization while we were sitting there that there are a lot of places around the world that take their time and to eat and to socialize, and where it's not just a sustenance type thing, it's a socialization type thing. It was just my wife and I, and we're like, she was getting tired because my wife doesn't hang out very late, and I think our reservation was for like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So she's like, almost the whole time, and I'm like, great, she's almost falling asleep because we were sitting there for such a long time. Torrance, how you doing this evening? My daughter makes her own cars and she signs them Sammy Mark. All right, that is cute. Hey, thank you, D Young. What size butts am I getting? I got whatever ones that were on in the box. I got a case, 2 cases of butts, but it depends. The size of the butts that I get typically depend on the amount of food that I need to cook. So if I have an event and I'm doing and I need 10 pounds of pork shoulder, then I'm trying to get a package or like some pork shoulder that's close to 20 pounds. I tell you guys all the time that you lose about it's a little less than 50%, but just for ease of numbers, 50% is usually the number that I go by. So if I have a 10-pound order, I'm trying to get a 20-pound pack. Same thing with briskets. When I get orders for 10 pounds of brisket, I try to get 20, 22 pounds of brisket. Or I will, like if I have a whole brisket order, I actually had for Christmas Eve, well, for Christmas Eve, I cooked on Christmas, or I cooked on the 23rd into the 24th, so into Christmas Eve, and I delivered on Christmas Eve. I had five. Oh, sorry. I have four. No, I had 4 orders for whole briskets for Christmas Eve, and 1 order for 10 pounds of brisket. Well, when I did the math, I'm like, okay, I need about this much as far as weight. So I bought briskets, and the briskets I bought, I won't say I bought too many, but I bought smaller briskets. So what ended up happening was, I don't know what those two were doing. That's taste tester number one and taste tester number two. But I ended up buying smaller briskets, and they were just too small. I was going to end up having cooking like 7 or 8 briskets, as opposed to these 6 that I ended up having to cook, or that I cooked, because yeah, I just bought bigger briskets. So now I was glad I was in a position to be able to buy extra briskets, but the briskets that I had that were smaller, they ended up going in the freezer, and I will cook them for the family or if I have a smaller event. So I've already cooked one of them, and it was fine. Again, it went right into the freezer after I realized I couldn't cook with it. I thawed it out a few hours, and actually, it was still kind of cold. Funny, the brisket that I did on the drum, the last brisket I did on the drum, was this brisket that was still partially frozen when I cooked it. And it was just frozen like in the very center. But it was still partially frozen because it hadn't thawed out all the way. But I cooked it, and there was not a problem. I cooked it for New Year's Eve, and it wasn't an issue. Sean, how you doing this evening? Same with cut flowers. I'd rather buy or plant or a nice dinner. Agree. Pork buzz, he says 10 to 14 pounds. Yeah, you already booked steakhouse. Wanted to try it, but I'll be down for the chef table. How much is it? It was like, hmm, I want to say it was less than $100 for the both of us, maybe. But I mean, even still, I'd highly recommend it. Like, I'd recommend the chef table over the steakhouse. Yeah, Rick, it's National Day. Like today's National Blondie Brownie Day. When did the scrap start, and why do I know this about today? I don't know. You ever heard of the Nordic Lodge in Rhode Island? Nope. Uh, Nordic Lodge. Actually, think I have, cause they do like crazy seafood there, right, Jeff? Well, Torrance, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, sir. I'm still a couple of minutes behind, so just bear with me. See, Booker, you can't mention the yawns. Because when you mention the yawn, I yawn again. Don't mention the yawns. If you see me yawn, just disregard. Like, look away. Look away. All right. Jeff says $100 for the buffet, seafood, steak, anything. Man, yo, that'd be lovely. This August. Good night. I got a TU 44. Hmm. Sorry. I did 20 pounds of chicken thighs. on the grill for 30 to 35 people for teriyaki chicken. It's overkill. Ah, you're absolutely correct. I did start it, but I have an excuse, Booger. Booger, where are you geographically? Like, I know I've seen and I won't say I've talked to you, but I don't do much air fryer cooking, so I'm not really watching your videos, your channel. But I have watched a video or two of your channel, just curious to see who you were. Like one of the videos I watched of you, you were cooking with your daughter. So I don't know how often you cook with your daughter, but it was cute. It was cute. Definitely because you called her little booger or like young booger or something like that. But it was cute. Definitely, I'm all about having your kids help out with the videos, especially if they want to help out. And she's older, like she's definitely older than my kids per se. So, but like I said, I have watched a couple videos. I just okay, 4 thumbs up. Thank you, Mr. Hockett. End of the day, you start abbreviating stuff. I don't know what that means. So yeah, mini book, yeah. And I'm in Florida, but my daughter is in the Navy, and when we get together, we cook together. Yes. So I don't know what video it was, and I can't remember what it was you guys were cooking, but you had said she was in town, and you were excited about it, and y'all cooked something together. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch the whole video. I think I've told you guys this before. I do not watch all that many cooking videos just because I don't want to be accused of stealing somebody's this or stealing somebody's that. Um, yeah, like a lot of the times, if I do watch or I am watching a cooking video, it's for someone's personality versus whatever it is they're cooking. So there are a couple guys on here that I do watch, and like one of the other things too, I'll watch a couple like uh, is it Renew Barbecue? I watch his channel, or I watched a few of his videos because he's just starting out, and I feel like I can offer some assistance in trying to get him, up and running to get like level up to get to the next level. Um, but it's one of those things that once you get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied, you're doing well, I kind of stop watching. Um, I don't watch many of Kent's videos because Kent has got his, Kent's got his way and he's on his way. I like watching smaller channels. So that's one of the things think I've said that before too. Mr. Hockett has skills on the smoker. Whatever. Said she's an old broad. Hey, look, old broads, man. Don't put it past them. Them old broads, what? Especially the ones that know how to cook. What? Hey, girl, how you doing? Forget your daughter. I'm trying to talk to you. uh, I can't. It's not. No, I don't watch your channel because your channel is a little more established. Just nothing against you. I just like watching smaller channels. Like, I don't know. I remember being there in that position. So, and that's the thing too. Yeah, I like Renew Barbecue, and we talked, and I hit you up and I gave you some pointers. Hey, try to doing this and try to do that. It's I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just one of those things where it's just my own thing. I really don't watch much cooking on YouTube. I watch way more car videos, shooting videos, like I'm not into guns like that, but welding videos, like handgun reviews and other things like that. So pop culture stuff. But cooking, I don't watch as many. Like if I watch 20 or 30 YouTube videos a day, 3 or 4 of them could be cooking related or food related. Just just cause. It's like one of those things where how chef cooks all day long, and the last thing they want to do is go home and cook. That's kind of how it is with the with cooking videos. Like I cook all the time, and like sometimes the last thing I want to do is watch another cooking video. So yeah. Rick says I just subbed to Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Why would you go and do something like that, Rick? Just don't do that. Just yeah. Jeff says he needs all the help he can get. Udo Grill says I watch original music, acoustic artist. All right. So if I turn a 57 Chevy into a smoker, I will watch it. I might. I might at least watch the build until I get bored of the. Now you have to hold my attention, and I am a tough critic, Kent. Um, so yeah, you hold my attention, and I have. I won't say I have the. I won't say I have a short attention span, but you gotta you gotta have a decent production quality, and or like something has got to be going in your favor for me to like be like, oh, look at that. Uh, or personality. That's another thing that gets me. If you have a personality that just ropes me in, I can watch. There's some people I'm honest. I just don't watch people. Like I'll watch a video or two and I'm like, it's not doing it for me. And it's nothing against them. It's me. Like it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to say I want to be entertained because I'm not looking for a circus animal, but I want to I want to learn something sometimes. I want to a different perspective sometimes. Like there's certain things that people cook and I'm like, why are you cooking that way? Like what's the point of doing that? Just so you can get some views on YouTube? Like I try not to do stuff like that. So when I see people doing stuff like that, it's just not my thing. And like clickbaity type titles, clickbaity type cooks, I'm not into it. George Russian says, "Do you ever cook red cabbage? It's great actually on the sweet and sour side." No, I haven't. Not intentionally. Like I'll have cabbage sometimes, um, in other things, but other than that, no. Shares looking for chicken thighs. Fiance birthday. Brought a couple of spare ribs. Done with my own rub recipe. They like them. Well, that's what's up, Mr. Hockett. And well, thank you, Torrance. Definitely appreciate. I guess Mr. Hockett spread the love and told you about my channel, and or hopefully the other way around, maybe. But that makes sense now. Where you said Mr. Hockett is a beast on the grill. Aha. He'll hold something. Yep, I like that too all the time, but also cook better than many people. I'd rather them come here than me go there. Understand, Jeff. I understand. It's not necessarily that I cook better than certain people. Home improvement, blacksmiths, awesome knives, and sword makers. So Renew says I watch for personality as well. I watch welding, home improvement, blacksmiths, awesome knives, and sword makers. Yes. I'm not talking about you. uh, it's not you, it's me. Since I just told me the same thing. Yeah, you might be right. Oh, so Jeff says I have the personality of a burnt toast. But see, one of the things about burnt toast, you can scrape that exterior off and you can make it like edible. So you just have to polish your on camera personality. But I tell you, I'm the same person on camera as I am off camera. Only difference between off camera and on camera is I curse a lot more. To be completely honest, like when I'm not around my kids, and I'm at work, I curse a lot more. Am I the a hole? Yes, yes, I can and am. I'm typically the loudest in the room as well. Uh, I do have a long voice. uh, no problem. Booker, thank you very much for hanging out. I mean, Rick, how do I sound like Dr. Phil? It's I'm serious, man. I am. I try to be honest with you guys. I mean, there are certain things where I'm just like, I'm not showing y'all this, or I mess up. Like there are times when I mess stuff up, but I don't hide stuff. Like if I mess something up, there are plenty of times, there's been plenty of times where I mess something up, and I'm like, guess what I done did? I mean, the turkey that I forgot to cook for the lady on Thanksgiving. I talked about that. I mean, what other channel on YouTube talked about that? Like, I know I wasn't the only person that messed up like that. Yeah, Jeff, I agree. I watched something today and it said it said, oh, it was like your friends talk crap to you to your face, but they'll talk nice about you behind your back. That's me. Like, I will give some of my best friends the most grief. But anytime somebody's like, oh, hey, such and such, oh, no, he's a stand up dude, man. You know that one time, or there was one time he helped me out in the gym, or one time he helped me with this or with that. Hey, Booger, thank you very much for hanging out. Really do appreciate you stopping by. If you are still here to hear this, thank you so very much. You know what's crazy? I wasn't planning on doing a long live stream today, but stuff happens, and here we are, 2 hours in, and this was like a real chill conversation. I really, really do want to take the time and thank you guys who have sat through this entire live stream and have been here the entire time. Like, that is commendable, and I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me. But I am going to be going to bed soon. I got to get up in the morning, take the kids to school, go to Sam's, get the stuff that I need. Then I'll come back and I'll kind of get a fire started. Once I get the fire started, I will figure out what I need to do to. I don't know. There's a lot going on. I got a lot to do in a couple of days. Mr. Hockett, thank you very much, man. Good night to you too. We have a couple more minutes before we get to the 2 hour mark. It's been a great night. I'm signing off for the evening. Yes, Torrance, I am in Maryland. I live in Baltimore. I'll be the one. If I hear someone talk crap about someone, I'll always stick up for the person, even with friends. I agree. Like I said, I heard that thing earlier today, and it said, your friends will talk crap to your face and talk nice about you behind your back. That's me. Like, I give my friends, I have a couple of group chats set up with a couple of my friends, and wow, we go hard on each other. Like, don't dare say something or do something that's memeable. We will kill that meme, or you will be chewed up. Like, if it's your day to get picked on, oh yeah, it's on. It's on. Have a good one, William. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Go to DC and get some mambo sauce. No, thank you, Torrance. I live in Baltimore, but I'm not from Baltimore, and I do not get, and it's mambo sauce. I don't get it. It's not my thing. Uh, Mambo sauce is like go-go. You kind of have to be from here to get it. I just, man, I can take go-go music for about as long as it takes to cross the street. Yeah. Rick, same thing, man. You gonna give your buddies grief. Like, your close friends are gonna be the ones that you can say anything to, and they won't be offended at all, no matter how offensive it is, or what the offense is. And I mean, look, I can say, out of my core group of friends of, let's say 10 people, 12 people from my car friends, there's two black guys. And the other guy who's black, he pops up and doesn't pop up in the group chat from time to time. And it's like, hey, does anybody remember me, is what we've changed his nickname to be. So anytime when there's, something a little slightly racist or off the cuff, I'm like, I'll chime in as the black man of the crew, as the black guy, you know. But there's certain things where, like I said, wow, we go hard with each other. So yeah, I hate people who complain about others to me. I will stop them because what they're saying about me behind my back. So, Jeff, one of the things I'll do is I usually will let people complain about other people. And the reason I'll let them complain is because I would rather be the person they complain to about someone else, and maybe I can go to that other person and let them know, hey, this person might not be as good of a ally or something, whatever. So I can let that person know. Or it's one of those things where it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just listen, and now whenever I talk to you next, I'll have a guarded conversation because I don't want to give you any fodder for your rants and other things like that in the future. So lived across the bridge in King's Doors when I was younger. All right, well, Torrance, where do you live now? uh, Torrance says, it's bomb on fries and chicken wings. Yeah, I had it on chicken wings. Give me salt, pepper, and ketchup, please. And some hot sauce. I'll take that over mambo sauce any day. Washington State. I think we've talked about this. And good lord, yeah, you're not just gonna like swing back past. Yes, indeed. Oh my gosh, Jeff. I wish I had $1 for every time my mom says something like that growing up. Um, let them talk and they'll hang themselves. Sure enough, it's one of those. If I give you enough rope, you'll hang yourself. Man, man. I tell like my middle son, taste tester number two. I like he'll ask me something and I'll just kind of sit and listen, and he'll keep talking and he'll keep talking and he'll keep talking and he'll keep talking. And I kind of just look at him and I say, "Are you done?" He said, well, you're not saying anything. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I'm like, I'm thinking. Can you give me a moment to process? Like, yeah, give me a moment to process. And I've told him multiple times that sometimes you oversell something and you oversell it to the point where now I'm not buying whatever it is you're selling. So he's getting more to the point where he sees me look at him oddly, and he's like, I'm overselling it, aren't I? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, all right. Well, Torrance, thank you very much for hanging out. And anyone else who is still here at this point, really want to say thank you. I could not. I mean, I really was going to do a short live stream today, about an hour, and then, yeah, stuff happens. I'm going to just go ahead and get myself a decent night's sleep, and I will get up tomorrow and I'll get my day started, and I'll just cook. I'll be cooking probably 18 hours tomorrow. Nah, it'd be all right. I'll get it done. Handyman, thank you very much for hanging out and being handy. No problem, Jeff. He says, thank you for doing what I do. No problem. Buenas noche from Baltimore, Maryland. All right. Hey, thank you guys so very much again. I wouldn't have hung out like this is like chill dash. Like I'm not so much high energy because I know I need to conserve my energy. This is gonna be a marathon. This is definitely not a sprint this next couple of days. So I'm just kind of taking my time, and I'll get things done in my own time, and I'm not gonna let anybody or anything rush me. Hey, later tater to you too, sir. Hey, Renew Barbecue, thank you very much again. Looking forward to seeing the next video. So let me know when the next video pops up because I don't know if I'm subscribed or not. I think I was kind of one of those I was watching from a distance type things. Anyway, I can't say thank you guys enough, man. I'm spent. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed, and like I said, I'll hit the ground running tomorrow, and we'll get it done. Thank you, William. I definitely appreciate that, and you. If you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up button for me. As of right now, I do not have any Super Bowl orders, and I'm okay with that. Like, completely honestly, I'm okay with it. I might actually be able to enjoy the Super Bowl myself. There have been times in years past where I've cooked so much and I've not made it past the first quarter because I'm so tired. I've fallen asleep as soon as I sit still. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you so very much. I am gone.